ProGold XP online tutorial. Topic 13. Establishing Escrow Checkbook Balance. In this section we will focus on the escrow or trust account and establish the starting balances for the properties holding money in escrow. After entering the balances for each property, we will look at the reports that verify the money in the escrow or trust account. To establish the escrow balance, select a date to begin tracking escrow within ProGold, and have a current bank statement to help establish the balance. There are two areas that affect the escrow balance for the target date: the money that is currently in the account and the money in transit. You will need a list of all properties that will still have an escrow balance as of the start date you selected. From there, you will need to go into each property and enter the money that is deposited into the escrow account. All escrow money is entered through the Escrow tab in Work with Properties. Create an escrow deposit. In ProGold, every penny that is in escrow goes through a property. In the Properties menu, go into Work with Properties and select a property. At the top is an Escrow tab. In that tab is where the escrow transactions for this particular property are managed. Enter the deposits for all properties holding money as of the start date. This will establish the escrow account balance. Future escrow deposits will be entered with the date they are deposited. In the Escrow tab, there are three buttons to access functions of the account: Escrow Check, Escrow Deposit, and Escrow Banking. Before selecting an option, verify the correct account is selected in the Escrow Account drop-down on the left side of the screen. If the account is blank or incorrect, select the correct escrow account for the property. To establish the balance for the property, select Escrow Deposit. It will bring up a little form for entering the deposit details. After that, enter the date, amount of the deposit, and select OK. ProGold will then take you to the banking screen, and the deposit form is all filled out. In the bottom left area, you'll see the memo field is already filled out with the property address, ID, and buyer-seller names. If there is any company money in the escrow account to cover transaction fees, or for establishing the beginning balance of the account, that needs to be entered as well. There is a special property in ProGold to hold such entries. Locate the property titled Master Account and select that. It is reserved for this purpose. Create an escrow check. Escrow checks are written through the individual property as well. In the Escrow tab of a particular property, click on the Escrow Check button to access the check writer screen. In the check writer screen, verify the check number that will be used, or adjust the number if it does not match. Next, fill out the date, amount, and payee, and then click OK. ProGold will generate the check and automatically populate the memo line with the property address, buyer and seller names. You can print the check by using the print button at the bottom of the screen to send the check to the printer. After that, click Done to return to the Escrow tab of the property. Create an escrow adjustment. To create an adjustment to the escrow account, typically for fees or interest, click on the Escrow Banking option from within the property that will hold this record. Adjustments of this kind will typically be entered into the Master Account property. This will open the Banking Adjustment screen and allow you to select what type of adjustment this is. Above the blue box is a field called Transaction Type, where you can select the appropriate option from the drop-down. This list can be customized within the Setup tab. Posting transactions to the General Ledger. Until an item is posted, the General Ledger is not updated with its information. Click Post at the bottom of the check or deposit to open the batch posting screen. Select the items to be posted to the General Ledger and click Post Selected Transactions. Once ProGold has posted the transactions, click Done to return to the property. Reports. In the bottom right corner of the Escrow tab in Work with Properties is a report called Escrow Journal. This prints out a hard copy of the escrow activity for this transaction and can be kept in the file for informational purposes. Most companies print this out every time they've made an escrow change to a property. In the Banking tab, select Banking Reports. Reports are listed alphabetically, and there are two reports specifically for the escrow account. The first one, Escrow Account Balance, allows you to view which properties have a balance as of the to date. The date criteria only includes one date field to show you the properties that have a balance as of any day. A particular account can be selected from the drop-down at the bottom of the screen, and Preview will show you the report of which properties are holding escrow money. The other report is Escrow Account Ledger. This report is typically printed by month to show a chronological history of every transaction in the account for that time period. It is a good report to print each month and file away in case of an audit. Continue entering in the escrow balances for the properties holding money until the escrow balance in ProGold matches the balance from your previous system. Escrow is then ready to be tracked for properties in ProGold. If you have any questions on this topic, contact Tarot Systems Enhancement HelpNet Center at support@tarotnetwork.com.